All right, so let's just recap, just like you want to do on your trades, guys. When you're doing your post analysis on your trade journal. I might have to mute this mic. Hold on. You guys that are in the room, can you still hear me? Okay, good. All right, so we'll talk this VIX again. We can talk stocks again real quick, but let's just highlight our FX trading this morning. All right, so what we did here, this was just not a huge move on the euro. Most of this move down happened on the overnight London session, but this is just pretty classic textbook in the model where we have a downtrend, right? So you come in, the first thing you want to do is identify where's the trend, where's the cycle. Well, this was a higher low that we broke. This is a real money candle. All right. And then you've got the nice, basically an 8 to 8.69 count into the low. Had you been short there, you want to cover new lower lows. Pros take profit on lower lows. The amateurs hit down the lower lows. And then Gary did a great job pointing out this wall. And so we would have made more here, but you had to be a little bit patient. We didn't get very much of a pop. I mean, we could have made more on this trade if we had a better rally into like 123 3/4 and then drop. But we basically just sold a little bit here into this rally. And then there was some little micro movements on the 1 minute that we played. I'll zoom in there in a second. But just fading that cyclical bounce, right? And then that 15-minute cycle rolled over. We can see on the 5-minute, this was a really nice move down earlier. So just scalping around the 1 minute, it didn't offer a huge amount of pips. The 1 minute on the euro never really does. It's 5 to 7 pips. Dragon, you can get 10, 15 pips on a 1 minute cycle. But it's essentially just fading this, covering some into these lows, reshort, cover, and then cover into new lows. Again, when you drop from here to a new low, you got to be covering. I used to, back in my career before I made this a rule, that I would press, and that was when you're trying to get more aggressive and make more money and build up your size, one of the things you can do is start pressing. And one of the signs of pressing is you're selling into new lows, which is not what you want to be doing. You want to be short here and covering into new lows. But what happens is until you really get the cycle down, this idea of time and how to work a position and the psychology of actually wanting a market to bounce and come up against you, because then you can get heavier and make more money. You want to sell high. We don't want to short low. But the psychology of wanting the market to back up on you and then shorting, that's a little bit different. So until you kind of grasp that, it's what a lot of traders will do is they don't want it to go against them here. They're not quite sure. It looks like it's reversing, maybe getting above that high, and then it gets weak again. And then, oh man, by the time it breaks these lows, oh, now they're convinced. They didn't want to short here or here. They're fearful, but now they want to short the new lows. And that might have been the low of the morning, actually. So we covered down there. So that was our trade on the euro. what we did here on Dragon, or pound versus the yen. Again, not much of a move. We came in here. We've been short. I've been core short from up here. These highs covered. We re-shorted some yesterday, day trade, had a nice drop, and then I missed this bounce. This would have been a nice bounce to start the day trade short this morning. But we came in, and this market was already down pretty good. You could see that failure at the bands was a really good spot to start a day trade short. So the fact that we were already really low within this cycle, I actually went contrarian long just a tiny bit. Again, the profits were really small today, but that was the right way to play it. This cycle was low. The 30-minute cycle was really low. You have some support here. So I went contrarian long, got pretty much zero bounce, but pulled a little bit out. And then we faded this cycle here and made a little bit on this bounce. And basically you failed right at the underside of the 30, call that a 30 halt. My traders know this was the wall that we were playing about halfway. So that's a 15-minute chart. That's showing you the cycle. You go to the 5-minute. All right. So we basically sold that high of that move and then covered the low. And I'm trailing another piece out here for maybe 150. These lows down here, 150.5. But cable's already come, or pound, yen, sterling. It's already came off a good amount. I mean, we've been core short talking about highs from. These are probably big picture highs back here, right in front of the 200. 2 standard deviations back at the top of the long-term range. So we've been core short. I still like staying short. But this is a little bit oversold now relative to where we failed at 143. So it could easily bounce back to 140.96 or so. But staying with the core short, you guys know what to do on the hourly and 4-hour when we cycle back up. But made some pretty good money there to start the week. What else we were looking at is the VIX. So obviously just a ridiculous move down in stocks, and it was due the complacency and the fact that we just gone in a straight line for the last 18 months. But we were talking in the room, it's like, here's a market that wouldn't pull back and everybody wants to give Bitcoin a hard time. And then, I mean, what kind of market is that? It just crashes in 4 days, especially where you have all the big money in. I mean, that to me is more volatile than Bitcoin up 1,000%. Anyway, from here, guys, we'll be buyers down here at Pi. This bull market's not over. This was just needed to correct. You're going to suck in everybody that was bearish the last 18 months is now going to think that they're right. And you're going to suck in all these bears, especially if we get one more leg down into the bands here. You're going to suck all the bears in, and that's the fuel to rip it right back. So I haven't bought anything on this like outright on the indexes yet. I probably would a little bit cheaper. I mean, I'm long some names like Apple, etc. But one more push down. I am going to start playing this move down here via the VIX. So we're buying puts on the UVXY. We talked last week that this could really rip if the VIX explodes off of these highs up here, which it did. So there's so much decay in this ETF that when you really widen out, it makes sense. If this bull market stays in place, this UVXY will be back at new lows. And people never believe me when I say that, but it's happened on every single bounce. This one, new lows. This one, new lows. This one, new lows. This one, new lows. So this is getting pretty tasty. We started some put ratio back spreads up here. And again, if stocks take that dip to Pi and the VIX makes another leg up, maybe UVXY towards 40, then I'm going to really set a nice aggressive core short position here. And if this goes to 40, I clearly expect that to get cut in half back to 20 pretty easily. And you got to play that out though, 6 months at least, 4, 6, 9 months. So that's how I'm playing it. If we really bounce from here, we talked about in stocks, this might be the place where you fail if you're going to retest the lows, but I would rather short, and I'll probably buy some puts out next week if and when S&Ps or the Dow, it's all the same area. 20, if we test pi up here on the 30-minute on the Dow, I'm going to buy some puts on UVXY, looking for that sorry, was it? I mean, I'm sorry, I'm going the wrong way. If we come back up here, I'm going to short S&Ps up here towards 2750. And we were kind of eyeing up here 2930 to buy a few puts. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get it. Anyway, that's the sell zone in S&Ps. But UVXY, we'll be start trading around that one. I guess lastly, we'll just talk about Bitcoin. I did a video already, bottoming tail and futures. But bottoming's a process. So guys, even unless we V bottom out of here, you still should bounce to a lower high, come back down, make a higher low, make a phase 2 higher low, and then start to make higher highs. So we're still in this bounce, something like this. Come back down, make a higher low, and then start making new higher highs. That's what we need. So I kind of expect even if we bounce here, it's just going to be another shallow bounce with more of a, it's just going to take some time to turn the corner down here. I think that pretty much covers it. Just looking back at my FX here. He's talked about being core short euro again. That makes sense. Cable. Core short cable. All right. Well, did you guys all make money this morning? Short euro and dragon. I got questions in River. From who? Where? Michael did, Gary did, Alex, you did. All right. Well, if anybody that's watching here in YouTube land is looking to do what we do here, we trade together a few days a week. We work on the model, work on our trading habits, working on how to work your position, the art of the size, all that stuff, just to get the consistency down. But if you go to jenkinsrm.com, and our chat room, it's free to join. So you just come in here. That's the easiest way to get started. More than happy to message me. Our real-time alerts, our crypto room is only $99 a month. But if you're really interested in learning our model I built, running the rates desk and what we used on the fixed income side, that's here also. There's our chat room, cryptocurrency education. You guys can figure it out from there. Our course is right here. It's 9 hours on-demand video. And then what we're doing today, what I'm showing you guys a glimpse of, is this group coaching. This is where you really want to go to the next level and be a consistent trader and pull money out of the markets at will on a daily basis. This is where that's all about. So, all right, guys, good session today. Is everybody good? Gary's cranking out 3% on his account now. Yeah, about 1% today. Yeah, I know. That was good. It's kind of small moves. Most of the action and energy has been in stock. So that's good stuff. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your trading day. We'll keep an eye on the VIX, and I'll let you know in the River room what I'm thinking there. All right, Dave, buddy. All right, Michael, you guys are welcome. Talk to you later.